What's going on, Phantomforce and Cosmogs fans alike? This is Phantombass coming at you with a nice little update video for the APA. I've decided to kind of do a little fun extra thing here and tell you guys that I made some transactions for week 3. And I don't know if they're going to have like a video or something on this for the APA channel, so I decided I would share with you guys ahead of time. Now, this will be active week 3 in my match against the Carolina Clefables and going onward. I will be using all 3 of my transactions in this particular transaction, I guess. All 3 of our free agencies in this transaction. So, as you guys know, originally I had Mega Ampharos. I know you guys are already like, why are you dropping it? I also had Blacephalon. And I also had Lucario. And I realized that Blacephalon and Lucario were my Z-Crystal users. But I was looking at my roster as a whole, and with things like something like Blacephalon is meant for a more offensive team, and with things like Tapu Fini and Bronzong and Umbreon on my team, it didn't really lend to a hyper-offensive strategy that I could use. I don't have a whole lot of hyper-offensive presence on my team at the moment, so I can't really use Blacephalon well here, and that really doesn't pair well with Ampharos. So looking at these rosters, and I was like, Lucario is a second Steel type. I'm not sure that I need it. I can still grab a Fighting type overall, but I knew right off the bat when I made these transactions, the one thing I wanted to do is change Blacephalon to Thundurus Incarnate because it was still in free agency. So that was the first transaction we made. Was we switched. By the way, whenever we drop a Z-Crystal user, whatever we pick up in its place has to be a Z-Crystal user. So, yeah. That being said, I looked at my team. I was like, all right, I still need a Dragon. And I kind of would like some more initiative because right now, before I drop Ampharos, my only initiative is Thundurus with U-turn / Volt Switch and Ampharos with Volt Switch. So I'm looking at my team like I would like some more initiative. This kind of would help me a lot to accomplish more things in battles. So I decided to drop Lucario for something of a lower tier. We decided to go with Flygon. I feel like Flygon will make a very, very underrated but very good Z-Crystal user. Because for one thing, its base 80 special attack isn't terrible. We can essentially turn that into we can use it like Swallow. The specs it does get Boom Burst, it gets access to Bug Buzz, it gets Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, it gets all sorts of crazy special coverage, which is ridiculous. It gets Signal Beam, it gets like this thing is ridiculous. But it gets U-turn, that's the biggest thing on, and it gets Defog, so it's another Defogger which I could really use. Thundurus is also a fun Defogger. This thing does so many things. You guys already know I know how to use Thundurus. I love Thundurus. I know this kind of adds an ice weakness to my team. So I was looking at the Megas, and I was like, I can move up a tier with the Megas. And I decided to go with a Mega I have never used before, but a Mega that can really punish the Ice types that want to come in on my Thundurus or my Flygon. I decided to go with the Mega Heracross, because, first off, look at that base attack stat. Look at that. What switches into that? There are no resists to this thing, unless it's an immunity or a quad resistance. And with things like Skill Link Bullet Seed, Skill Link Rock Blast, Skill Link Arm Thrust, Skill Link Pin Missile, this thing is killing so many things. And I'm really excited to use this thing. I have never used it before in my life. The quad weakness does bother me, but I've got so many things that resist flying. Things like Bronzong, things like Aerodactyl, things like freaking Thundurus. Even Umbreon and Tapu Fini can switch into flying moves relatively easily. Not to mention its fire weakness is easily covered by Flygon and Tapu Fini and Ampharos. Like, this team is gonna, I feel like this team's gonna provide a whole lot more for me. And with the speed tiers that I've got, this thing at 75, this thing at 111, and this thing at 100. Now I've got a little bit more diversity here, because I've got a 130 in Aerodactyl, a 111 in Thundurus, and a 100 in Flygon. Then our next one down is 90 with Zangoose, 85 with Tapu Fini, we've got 80 with Mamoswine, we've got 75 with Heracross, we've got 65 with Umbreon. Oh yeah, Scoliped's 113. Forgot about that. But yeah, what was that? 75 with Heracross. We've got 65 with Umbreon. We've got 68 with Go-Go. We've got and we've got 33 with Bronzong. So this team is kind of diverse in speed tiers. We can easily turn this into a Trick Room team if we wanted to with Heracross, or we could use it as just like it's got a lot of potential and I feel like I can really make this team work. So, that's a new addition to our team. In exchange for Mega Ampharos, Blacephalon and Lucario, we now have Mega Heracross, Thundurus Incarnate, and Flygon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in our battle or in our team prep against a Panther and the Carolina Clefables. Thanks, guys.